Let's make this clean wind graphic in Photoshop in just 5 minutes. I'm gonna start with a text in this one. Let's hit T for our type tool, click once in the center, and let's type out that W. We can blow this up nice and big, and you can really use any font of your choosing here. I'm gonna use this one called Lust. Lust Fine. It comes in a few different weights. I think I like display or regular. And I'm gonna shrink this down and pull up my grids. Command apostrophe is a shortcut for your grids. Command A selects the whole screen, and then with the move tool selected, you can center it with these icons at the top. I just wanna make it so there's this like 2-box margin on either side. And we can adjust the spacing as we go, as we add more elements in. But for now, let's make a new layer and start with our text at the top. Again, T for your type tool, and let's just type out Minnesota Wind Chill versus Chicago Union. So the game matchup, week 11, when the game was played. And I'm gonna left justify this text. I'm gonna change this font to something a little bit more simple. Let's use Helvetica regular. Let's drop this all the way down to 20-point font. And we will again line this up with that 2-box margin. And now we can duplicate this layer with Command J and move it over. Let's right justify this one. And again, pulling up your grids with Command apostrophe. On this side, we're gonna type out the date and location. So this game was played on July 4th, 2025. At Martin Stadium. For the final score, I'm gonna again duplicate this text layer and let's center it. I'm also gonna change the font size. I like to use the golden ratio to either upscale or downscale the font size. So if you just type in asterisk, like multiplied by 1.6, you can hit enter, and if you even wanna do it again, times 1.6. So we can go with that. 15 to 25 was the final score of this one. And now we'll drag in some team logos. So we've got the Chicago and Minnesota logos here. I'm just gonna bring them both in and then Command T to transform them both at the same time while you have them both selected. So something around there. We'll hit enter and we'll bring one of the logos to that side and the Chicago logo to the other. Still think they're a little big, so again, spacing them out so they are even on both sides of the numbers. And now for the Minnesota logo, because this is gonna be a Chicago themed graphic, let's just make it completely black instead of having some of that Minnesota color in there. So going to your effects, color overlay, and changing that color overlay to black works with this logo. Let's bring in our player cutout next. So we've got Pavel Giannis throwing his hands up, celebrating the win. I'm gonna take the cutout and the W and just move it up a little bit. So I wanna keep this consistent spacing. Like I want an even space between the text and the margins. So again, think about that 2-box margin all the way around. I'm gonna group these layers together, just call it score at the bottom. So we have all that score together and just approximating 2 boxes there. And then I'd also want this space to match this space up at the top. And I think I wanna move the W and the cutout up even further. Now we're gonna give our cutout a shadow. So let's make a new layer below our cutout layer. We can group these both in the same folder, call it cutout. And on that new layer, let's hold Command and click on the cutout. So we have the selection. Then with your fill tool, G is the shortcut. You can just click once and you'll have made a black fill layer in the shape of the cutout. Now we can convert this for smart filters, going up to filter, convert for smart filters, and then going to edit, transform, distort. This is where we can drag the shadow down. And I want to match up the feet a little bit better, so you might have to play with the positioning a little bit, or even going back to your transform box here. If you hold Command and drag on one of these corners, you can kind of warp it. And if you've got like a little bit sticking out like that, you can always put a mask on this shadow layer just by going to your mask icon and brushing that out with a black brush. And by the way, this is a pre-edited photo. Already ran it through Camera Raw filter when I was editing it. Let's bring back up our grids just to check back in on our spacing. So we've got like 3 boxes between the bottom of this text and the top of the W. I want to make sure there's 3 boxes between the logos and the bottom of our cutout's feet. So let's move him down. Now everything feels very consistent, very intentionally spaced. From here, if you want to, you could add on some effects to your player cutout. You can mess with the colors, the lighting. I'm just gonna leave things here for now and kind of leave that up to your creativity. But let's throw on a couple finishing effects just to round out the design. I'm gonna make a new folder on top of everything, call it finishing. Let's make a new layer, Command A to select the whole screen. And then with your quick selection tool selected, you can right click and go to fill, 50% gray, hit OK. And then filter, convert for smart filters, filter, noise, add noise. We'll go 4%. And this is just gonna give a little bit of grain to the whole image when you set your blend mode to hard light. And I'd like to drop the fill down to 50%. So you can see it once you're zoomed in. But below that noise, I'm actually gonna add a curves layer and bring the black point up. So just by clicking a few points and dragging the lowest one up, you can see the W is turning into more of like a dark gray. Same thing with the text. Then we can also take this white background and make it more of an off-white, just for a little bit more intrigue. You can add a selective color adjustment layer, and with the whites selected, just boost up the magentas and the yellows a little bit, and you get this more like cream colored background rather than pure white. That's gonna do it for today's wind graphic. Obviously a very simple approach, quick one, but I think it does a great job at communicating what happened in a very intentional, simplistic way. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.